Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another Wednesday night, some fundamentals to gain inner peace with your host, Coach Menachem Bernfeld. And here we are, in the middle of all that's going on or not going on. A few days before Pesach, and spending some time with ourselves, giving ourselves permission, which is amazing. So tonight we're going to be discussing setting intentions and then letting go. How does that work? What does it mean to set intentions? We discussed it in the past. And more important is after you set the intention to let it all go. You might ask why. If I said it, I would want it. So we'll talk about it. But before we start, let's do what we always do. First, just to come into the room. How are you doing? How is it going? Is there a lot going on? Busy planning, maybe procrastinating, a to-do list. But for now, all we need is permission to stop for a few minutes. And if you're here and you're listening, you gave yourself some permission to actually stop, which is amazing. So I just want to acknowledge that. Not too many people give themselves the permission, especially not when now before Pesach there's so much to do. I have to finish, continue, just continue until you drop. But sometimes taking a few minutes off, taking a break, can actually help you be more productive. But we have to be able to have permission. Someone has to give you permission. But you gave it to yourself, which is amazing. Okay, so now tapping in to see where am I? How does it feel? How does it actually feel to take off? Are you in a relaxed state or you're like edgy, let me get back to work? Just being aware. Always important. Okay, so now that you are here, taking a deep breath, becoming aware of the moment, becoming aware of what your day looked like. What does the week look like? What's going on in your head? And just coming back into the room, into the here, now, in this moment, and try to slow down and feel. Take a deep breath and become aware of what your body actually feels. Maybe you can feel going deeper and deeper. Feel the chair you're sitting on, your feet on the floor, both feet rooted in the ground. Taking a deep breath and just doing a fast body scan. Another deep breath, let it all out. And then just observe, curious. What am I feeling? Where do I feel it? Maybe tired, falling asleep, maybe stressed, or relaxed, calm, peaceful. Just becoming aware. We don't need to change anything. Take a deep breath in and let it all out. Amazing. Okay. So what does it mean to set an intention? So what they say before a mitzvah, sometimes some people say l'shem yichud. You prepare yourself. What am I going to do? What am I doing? What am I going to do now? You get yourself ready. You become conscious before you actually do something. Why am I doing it? Otherwise, it could be you just did it and you look back and you say, hey, what did I just do? You're not aware. Sometimes you're not even there while you're doing it. So before anything you do, you want to be conscious. And before a mitzvah, you want to be able to spend some time, say, what am I going to do? Where am I going? What are my goals? But then actually, when you actually do the mitzvah, that's when you have to be present. Many times while you're doing it, you think, "Oh, I should have prepared. I don't even know what's going on. I feel disconnected." But that's beautiful because that means you're actually there. You're present and fully grounded. Preparations is before. While you're doing it, there's no time to prepare now. Now you're here. You might become aware. You might start feeling guilty, which is not that it's good, but it's good that you're aware. Just being aware. So we want to set intentions. We're a few days before Pesach. What is it? What am I looking for? What would I like? Even if it's something that you might not be able to do, but just to become aware of that. And that's what we're doing the next few days, whether it's with cleaning or it's with maybe you have some time to read the Agada, you have a few moments for self-care, preparations. So you're setting the intention. And then when you get there, there's a skill of being able to let go. Because again, if you're prepared, if it's there, if it's happening, beautiful. But if not, you're in the moment, you don't get lost. So sometimes it can feel like, wait a second, if I'm setting intentions, how do I let go? So we'll see in a moment. Many people they don't want to set intention because they feel like it's expectations. If I expect, then I'll be let down. Might as well walk into it expecting zero. Is that a good idea? It's a good question. It's a good question. So that's step number one. Step number one is where we are setting intentions. We are before. There's a few days. What do I have to do? What's on my to-do list? Where am I? How am I feeling? Becoming aware. And when you do have some time, you want to set some intentions for the Seder. And then actually being there, you're finding yourself there, and you see the things that you planned. If it works out, it's amazing. If it doesn't, if you prepare now, then you won't get lost. So perfect, no one. I don't think anybody is going to have the perfect picture, the perfect situation. It is a good idea to ask yourself, what would that look like? So that when you don't have it, you don't get thrown off, right? So that also, for those who ask me about being triggered from other people. So if you spend time now seeing who triggers you, what triggers you, and you can see from the past years, what's working, what's not working out. If you can do that now, while it's not happening, then by the time you get there, you'll be ready for it. You'll see it. You'll be like, oh yeah, I knew this is coming. If you can prepare yourself, take that deep breath, become aware of how you feel, so that when it happens, you don't get lost. So for those who walk around with no expectations, it's possible and something you should ask yourself, what am I scared of? And see what comes up. Maybe something in the past. Everybody has a different experience. When you say the word Pesach, being in these days before Pesach, everybody's different experience. Some people have beautiful, amazing, they love this time of the year. They remember sitting with their parents, and it was just bliss. And if that's you, let me know in the chat. For others, when they hear that, they get triggered. Like, what? How is that possible? Okay, so just become aware of, becoming aware of what comes up. So for somebody that hasn't had the most positive experience, I could understand why they should decide, you know what, no expectations, whatever happens, happens. And they could be coming from a place of, I don't really care. I don't care. Now, if that's the case, we don't want to be there. But if you find yourself in a place where you don't really care, spend a moment, be there. Just be aware of that. And there's something behind it. Not caring is coming from a place of maybe being hurt, things not working out. So you want to be aware of that. You want to be able to listen to that part. You want to be able to create that space. That's important. But on the other hand, what could you do? What's something that you could plan? You could look forward to and hope that it works out. And then you let that go and see if it works out. You're like, oh, beautiful, amazing. Yeah, it's good. I got this. I got that. It's good. I bought this. It's good. We have guests. It's good. All of the things that are positive. And then if things don't work out, you're like, you just be aware of it. It doesn't, you don't get caught off guard. You're being aware of it. And then letting go is not so easy. But the idea of when you're in the situation, when you buy the Seder, when you're doing the mitzvah, when you're actually there, you want to be able, you want to be able to be grounded, being aware I'm here. I like this. This is something I don't like. This I was able to prepare. This not. You're just there. You're just aware. Especially if you have kids, you might be busy thinking, "What do I want?" But it's a night for the Yigal to Levincha. You're there for the kids, and maybe the kid inside of you, that inner child. Maybe you need to listen, be there. So it's very important to be present. If you're still in your head of all the things that you would have wanted and things that are not working out, you're not prepared, then you're not present. Being present is being in the moment, being grounded. I am here, and being there for the people that need you. Maybe they're asking some questions. They want something. Be there for them. Talking to somebody discussing this topic, this person tells me, I wish my Seder could look like. And he started, he had something in mind. And I asked him, what is it? What is it that you want? And something, lofty, big ideas, to be there, to be able to look and to understand and this and that. And first, what I told him is, Beautiful. Tell me more. Like, just be aware of what you would really want. Okay, so let's spend a moment thinking, what would that perfect Seder look like? I don't know what your plans are. I don't know if you have plans. Guests, kids, parents, coming, going. There's a lot out of routine. Just being aware of what would I want. Okay, and you let me know in the chat. If you haven't thought about this question, you can let me know. A lot of people are like, I don't want to think about that. Why think about it? Brings up stuff that I don't like to think about. Okay. And for those who are like the wishful thinking, I wish. So it's important to become aware of what would you wish? What is it? What is that wish? And just spend the moment seeing what you would want. And maybe it's not possible, but see what it is. I remember when I made my first Seder, it wasn't by COVID, it was before COVID. Many people made their first Seder by COVID, but I was a little worried because growing up, I used to go to my grandfather, and it was a perfect Seder. Perfect. He was the one, and he was, the way everything had to work out. And we were sitting there taking it all in, whether we liked it or not, understood or we didn't, but that we understood that this is the grandfather and we listened. Beautiful. And now I'm going to do my own Seder. How am I going to do what he did? How am I going to copy it? How am I going to do that? I have to prepare and so much exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. And I remember listening to that guided meditation. It wasn't for Pesach, but just to be aware of what comes up and to organize, take a piece of paper, you write down the middle of Pesach and all the things that come up, you write around preparation and worry and different ideas that come up when you hear that word. And then you take each one, worry, you write what it's about, or preparation, what do you have to prepare, like a real map. So I did that, but I came to the realization that, wait a second, they actually sell this book that tells you exactly what to do, and it's called the Haggadah. So I'm just going to follow after all that preparations. I'm just going to follow. I had the kids; my kids were young, and so whatever I was able to prepare, make sure things work out. Did that before, but when it came to the Seder itself, I let it all go. Whatever was prepared was good. Whatever I prepared myself, beautiful. And once the Seder was there, you open the Haggadah. You put on it says over there, you put on the Vasa Kittel. Okay, if that's what it says, you put it on. No problem. And then it says Mamach Shnel Kiddush. Okay. And basically the kids were like into it. They were telling me what's next. Beautiful. And now what do we do? And now what do we do? This is what we do. Isn't that amazing? Let it all go, but being aware of that. But you could be aware. Oh, I wish I could be by that say that. I wish I could be on my own. If I would be on my own, I would do this, I would do that. Be aware of it. And whatever you can do, do now. Or I would say a few months before, or maybe after. Not while you're there. While you're there, it's just giving over to your kids the story, what's going on, why are we here, what are we doing. Let them say it. They learned it. Let them talk and listen. Isn't that amazing? Letting it all go. So that's the idea. If you want to set intention, now is the time. You can prepare yourself. You want to have something there, see something to read. Now is the time. But when it comes to the Seder, you're in the moment. You're grounded. So so I've mentioned this in the past. There's two ways how to prepare visualization, to visualize. Okay. And you'll tell me which one works for you. One way is to visualize everything going and see what comes up. And do that a week before. Spend a few minutes seeing yourself there, and everything is, you forgot to do this, forgot to do that. Your husband, your wife, the kids, it's filling is, and again, everybody could, you know what it looks like. So one way is to visualize everything going wrong. And why does that work? Because you're becoming aware of the triggers now. Become aware if I forget to buy the matzahs, what am I going to look like? Oh my gosh, how's that possible? Okay, fine. So you have matzahs. How about wine? No, wine you also have. Well, how about the carbons? Oh yeah, salt water. Oh, you forgot Shabbos, matzah Shabbos. Hmm. Just be aware of what comes up if it's not prepared, if you forgot, if they forgot, it's not working out. And become aware of that feeling and see it now so that when it actually happens, if it does, hopefully it won't, you will be ready. It won't be the first time and you won't lose it. You'll feel the feelings, you'll feel the trigger, and you'll say, take a deep breath and say, oh, I've been there before. I'm not caught off guard. I'm ready for this. And then whatever happens, it's not going to be as bad as you imagine. You'll have a beautiful Seder. You'll find the things that are working out, and even those that don't, okay, I've seen it before, been there. So that's one way. A different way of visualizing is to be able to see everything beautiful, perfect, everything's working out, everybody's in a good mood, all the guests, or maybe by yourself, whatever it is, you see how you're relaxed, you're calm, you're grounded. It's almost hard to believe that it's possible. You can talk slow, you can breathe, and you're just aware of where you are and the feelings that come up. But be seeing it the positive in a positive light so that you can actually bring that in. If you can imagine it and you can think about it, you can actually bring it when you come, wherever you are. And no matter what's going on, you're there, grounded, peaceful, you're enjoying it, whatever it is, even if it's not perfect. So these are the two ways. I would even recommend do both. But before we go there, which way what would work for you? What do you think? Let me know in the chat. Is it to be able to see everything going wrong, and then by the time you get there, it's probably not as bad, so you're good? Or maybe to visualize yourself with being in a very content, peaceful place. Okay, thank you for sharing. Seeing everything good, that's easier for you. Beautiful. So to say that you're suggesting not what ifs. No. So if you have what ifs, don't do it by the Seder. By the Seder, it's already too late. It's happening. You're there. And you'll see the things that work and things that don't. You'll be aware of it. But you want to spend time now with the what ifs and say, I'm worried about this. I'm worried about that. What's if I forget this? What's if they don't show up? What's if they show up this way? What if they don't behave? What ifs? Okay, let all the what ifs come in now. All the worry, let it come. So that you become aware of all those worries and all the thoughts in your head. So you're used to it already. And then you can, tell yourself whatever works. Say, I hear you're worried about this, you're worried about that. Okay, I hear you. Can I do something about it? Maybe. And if not, we hope for the best. And if it doesn't work out, you can see what comes up, what triggers you. Take a deep breath and let it go. Very good. Every time you hear the word what if, you say what if not. But don't say it so fast. Allow the what if to come up because it's something inside of you talking. Something inside of you is saying something, it's screaming something, it's worried. So you want to listen to it. You want to be able to listen to it. Yes, doing both, doing both, but it's not at the same time. You want to spend some time seeing, where everything's going. There's a lot of stories of people that came home and the wife sold the matzah, or maybe by the esrig, beautiful esrig, and it fell off, the pitten fell off. All of these stories that you set an intention. You want it to be perfect. You want to have the best matzahs. You want to have the beautiful esrig. But then when something happens, if you're not ready for it, we usually lose it. Because if I prepped and I put in so much energy, then if somebody comes in my way, I need it to go my way. So then you might think the other way. So you know what? Let me not prepare. Who cares what it looks like? Who cares what kind it is? I'm not interested. It's fine. I don't really care. So now when somebody comes in my way, I don't have a way. They can't even come in my way. But that's a little bit pathetic. You're like, where are you? Are you here? Yeah, I'm here, but who cares? I don't really care. Might as well be somewhere else. We don't want that. We're trying to get the best of both worlds. I want you to build yourself up. Now's the time. You get the excitement. You're looking forward. Whatever you could prepare is amazing. And you can dream of what you would love. If you can prepare and do it, beautiful. If not, you see it. You're aware of it. You're not scared. And then you can actually let it go. Letting go means, a day, two before, it's already happening. You come to the Seder and you let it all go. You enjoy what works and you enjoy what doesn't. Really? You don't have to, but you're aware of it. Doesn't throw you off. Beautiful. Okay, thank you for sharing. So let me know what comes up while you're listening to me talk. You think it's possible to be relaxed, calm, peaceful, energetic, excited, while things are not exactly the way you would want? I wish. I'm going to try it out. Yes, beautiful. And when you say you wish, just become aware of what that wish is. Just let it come up. See it. Now's the time. There's a Seder for the kids or for myself? Great question. I would ask you that. What is it? What do you think? What would you want? And it's for the kid inside of you, that inner child. It's a time to give over. Give over what? Beautiful. That's a great question. By the Seder, we ask questions, and you know why? We allow, we create this space. Let's have a discussion. What's going on? Where are we? What are we looking for? Why are we here? And if you think about it, it's amazing. We do it year after year, for thousands of years, parents, grandparents, no matter what. And this is the reason why we're still here. With the simplicity of Jewish nation. You can go deep. You can start, dreaming and connecting to a lot of stuff. But the basic, don't forget the basic. Yes, beautiful. Erev Shabbos for many people. It's easier. For others, I don't know. You tell me. Amazing. Okay, so are we going to meet next week? I was thinking next week it's so busy. No. And then I'm telling myself, wait a second. So then for sure you have to meet. Take some time off. Isn't that our goal? Take some time off. You could do it on your own. If you do it on your own, beautiful. I don't know if I'll do it on my own. If I commit, I'll be here. So raise your hand if you want to meet next week. Let me know. Oh, somebody wants to meet. Beautiful. We have some people that want to meet next week. So I guess we're in. Menachem. Yes, yes. In the chat, you can let me know. Yes, in the chat. Beautiful. And if you feel you can't, let me know why. It's important to be aware. I'll be too busy. Good question. Do you give yourself some time every day? Just a few minutes for yourself? Please do. Just a few minutes. Maybe a walk around the block, go outside, smell the flower, the grass. Just for a minute or two. And then go back. Be aware. Where am I? What am I feeling? Be there for yourself. You deserve it. Okay. Thank you, everyone. And thank yourself for taking some time off, which you all deserve, especially when it's busy. So Menachem will meet next week. And we'll just create that space for a few minutes. Be aware of where you are. You might say, nothing is working out. I'm so anxious. Or you might say, I finished my to-do list. Done cooking. Everything is covered in silver foil. I'm good. That's amazing. Create space for that too. We'll see you next week, Menachem. Keep up the great work. Be there for yourself. Pat yourself on the back because you're doing great. Have a good night, and I'll see you next week.